Welcome to Reflection Thursday. Yesterday I spoke about how you set yourself up, how you set the study up so you can analytically look at the book of Ruth. If you haven't yet done that, as far as being able to identify the major parts of the book of Ruth and some of its subparts, I would just say shut this off, go get that done, and then you can come back and pick it up. Because what I'm going to do today is just show you what I think are the major parts, and you can kind of compare your homework to mine. One thing I need to tell you about narratives adjust their speed by what they choose to focus on. For example, those first few verses there in Ruth is just a setting. They do not go into many details at all, which tell you this is a part, but it's a part to let you understand the rest of them. So narratives can slow it down. Think about the book of Genesis, from Genesis 1 to Genesis 12. You're covering thousands of years, and it's all within 12 chapters. And then we go from Genesis 12 to 50, and we've got all that material, and we don't cover the same amount of chronological time. But there are stories there that the biblical writer wants us to pay attention to. And so the writer slows us down by getting us into the story. Ruth's going to do this same thing. So let's take a look. Well, here are my main sections to the book of Ruth. You may have them listed a little differently, but what I'm looking for, do you see from like chapter 1, verses 1 through 5 is a section. Chapter 1, verses 6 through 19 is another section, and so on. Because as far as how we describe what is happening in each of these sections, that can vary, but it's just important to see that, oh, that's a section, and then we move to a different title or a little different theme. So now we are looking for what pulls it together. And what holds all of these sections together is that it's a family story based on kind of a chronology of that story. In other words, we've got Naomi, Ruth, Boaz. We've got family, death, restart, another new family. That's what holds this story together. Now, I didn't ask you to do this, but this is my first attempt at identifying genre and topic. Now, what's going on in the book of Ruth? We have a story about, as I said a little earlier, death, breaking up marriage, hopelessness, then hope, then marriage again. And so it's a narrative. There are some conversations. So it's the narrative of Ruth, Boaz, and Naomi. It illustrates how Yahweh provides for Israel and all who show faith despite difficulties, tragedies, and the tensions of daily life. That's how I would summarize. That would be probably more of the theme or the summary of Ruth in a single statement. So I've got narrative genre, I've got Yahweh's provision, that's kind of the topic, and then I've included the summary of the whole book in this sentence. So here's what I'd like for you to work on next time. In regards to what is Ruth about, you come up with your own summary statement of the book of Ruth within 2 sentences or less. Then one that's going to be a little more difficult than you might expect. What issues or problems has Ruth brought up that it's trying to solve? What are those? And then under the heading of what does Ruth say in detail, list some keywords, characters, and scenes in this book. Begin to find the claims and evidence for those claims. And how well does it solve the issues or problems that it takes up? That's how we get at what Ruth is trying to say at detail. Of course, you can see the other two larger questions, and if you want to go ahead and answer those before we meet next time, please be my guest. But again, have fun with Ruth and learn how to use the analytical approach in studying biblical narratives. And until next time, God bless.